it makes it difficult today getting this website up. Part of what's difficult is not having someone follow this question from beginning to end. And I think I got the GoFig configuration. So I have the correct FTP, etc. I have the correct links to make that happen. It's taken all day. And I somehow resurrected it as a gaffe, meaning I've sent GoFig, not meaning to, I've sent it to Rich Wrote. And Rich Wrote now has GoFig on it. And I had to GoFig how to get GoFig on the GoFig website. And so I changed some of the FTP loading information, thinking that Orange gave me the wrong information, and it didn't work. And so I changed it back, and it didn't work. And then I uploaded it again, and this time GoFig went to GoFig. I'm trying to figure out how to get Rich Wrote back on Rich Wrote, and I'm going to see if I can fiddle with that on my own, because I spent a whole day with Orange website and I'm not happy about that. And I think part of it, what made it difficult is there's not someone here listening from beginning to end. This is the problem, and I'm trying to get this resolution based on your service I hear you provide. Okay. I'm not going to Orange website for domain hosting so that you can build my website. I have a website, and then I spent time trying to listen. I'm not saying that you're a website provider, because they're saying, well, we're not a website provider. And then I get a comment back saying, well, we've already stated we're not a website provider. And I'm like, I never said you were, but you knocked my website down. Okay. The websites are crossed, and so am I. So GoFig is up. I'm going to see if I can't get Rich Wrote website back up and get GoFig off it, because now GoFig is on GoFig. This little video was just to be a capsule that what has made today just the never-ending story is, you got someone jumping in like, we're not a website designer. I'm like, why is that even in the conversation? And why am I having to keep explaining the same thing over and over again? It made it difficult because someone was not invested and someone was not following it from beginning to end. So, I was going to say it's a different type of work to be working on product outside of being your word. And for me, I feel comfortable now with being my word and having it represent me as I say it, as it's meant to be heard. And it's kind of nice to be working on product now. It's a different type of work though. It still has, an eye for detail, a critical awareness to be present according to your desire. Where are you driving this thing? You can't drive it if you're not navigating. I like to navigate with purpose. I like to navigate with desire. I always feel that that's my strength in aligning myself with energy that is taught on the goal. What I want. That's what motivates me. So that said, I'm kind of bridging the gap between two things right now. That is one, to continue even language and making it apparent, and the map apparent as well. Um, to provide a presentation then, to bring that to the marketplace, to sell, and thus tell, honestly. um, so I'm working on doing a presentation of product and providing a performance arena, as it were. And then the obvious, for me, is a product. What is it I'm selling besides meaning? Although I understand the positioning, that meaning is utterly important, and I can back that. So thus it's an invitation, to transmute money thiefen into money even. And what's kind of exciting is now I've got this wall behind the computer. It's starting with pieces of paper that are all genesis of art ideas. And I can start looking at them, spending the time with them, refining them. And in a way, they're like a hat. There's the quilt that I want to embroider for myself. I had a great conversation, was it today? Because this day has been a bit hellish without any contractual law awareness, it would seem. And I'm not saying that across the board. Thank you, Leaf, at Orange website for making this right and getting my GoFig on the GoFig website. And I start resurrecting the Rich Rote again. I think it was today. I was looking for vellum, and we passed the Art Mart on Congress Street here, and so I was asking him, can you tell me about vellum? I ordered some pens that allow me to draw on paper, and then we iron the surface, and that's going to transfer the mark onto my fabric. So what I can read online is the person I bought these pens from, she likes to use a 28-pound vellum, so that you can reuse it and iron it several times. But I thought vellum was kind of plastic-like, so I asked them, do you have vellum that I can iron? And this is what I'm using it for. And they thought if it wasn't glossy, that I could probably use it. So then my next question is, how big do you have it? Because I could see online I could buy rolls of it by a 36-inch width. I don't know that I need a roll, but what have you got here at the Art Mart? And so they've got a 36-inch length, 2-foot width, which I'll see when I've got to take measurements and stuff. Anyway. There was a guy there, it was several people that worked there. They had a big table, and of course, Minnow is leading the way with charm and wonder. Everyone likes Minnow, and I happened, before I left, I looked at the table and I could see that this was an artwork in process, and he was telling me, one of the guys that works there, that so he took a black and white photo and he basically outlined the values of dark, and what this would be like. I guess it's kind of like if you're making a paint by number. And then he went and did it, and he said he hated it. So it's back on the table again, and he's thinking it through. And I'm like, I totally hear you. I'm stepping into doing supersize embroidery on silk, and I've never done quilt or embroidery. So I get the gist of putting something up and being with it and thinking it through according to your desire, as much as you can, in the sense I've not met my desire in embroidery. This is new to me. That said, my wall behind this computer is blossoming with ideas, and they're like hats, because slowly, one is going to come to the fore. One of those projects is going to come to the fore, and I'll be like, add this on that, make this direction, but I'm going to have them all up there to see if I can't start coalescing, as serendipity as it may, So whether it's, the quilt, the idea, the even money, doing a wooden case to hold it with neodymium magnets. I was looking at rubber and silicone bands today that you can also you can monogram. Maybe monogram is not the right word. Imprint. And so I'm getting promiscuously excited about projects, and also with the initiation of projects, because I've not done enough research into them a whole lot. But I'm ideating possibilities, the rubber band connection, what type of neodymium magnets, how do I seat those in wood? And, so I've got R&D to do, but what it's doing is it allows me to get a bigger and better picture for a presentation that's more cohesive and well manicured, and I would imagine is more amenable to meet the eye of invitation. And what else? That helps me with the other end of that, understanding this may take longer to bring it all to the fore as an offering. It's a good check and balance between desire and understanding the dynamic of doing the actual work to follow through. And for each idea, do I feel it needs to be there? Well, then let's develop it. Or put it on the back burner for stage 2, for the next rev, That said, it's work. It's work in a different way. It's a critical eye in a different way. It's still intention, and still needs the well-rounded vernacular of just being in, I want to say in knit, K-N-I-T, just trying to, feel something out for invitation. Growing awareness is my form and forum of traction, and I think I've backed my word up enough. I think people know what I mean if they want to, and if they want to spout toss on me, I can back that up at any given time. Because time is now my forte. and it's proven. I said it, I meant it, I'm here to represent it. Prescient, present, pre-client. So, what else? It kind of seems to me that I get to be the ag, even if I'm the je t'aime, the time of love, that I can mend, I'm still the ag. And I think that reality, why it is that way, is because in the parallax that thiefend doft to toft, for no reason, none can be brought, because none of them want. Your ag is an accomplice of providing ID to Tao with war, to restore the soar. So I get to play that part as well. So being the ag is always going to be a part of what I'm doing. It is the genesis, the creation, and the intention of the language even, not evane, thiefend. Okay? So there's no getting around that. It's inherent. Your ag, you men that are frame and doft, you have the ag in the competitive marketplace for no reason, so that your wife can't nag you. To be a better man, and not a man -d. Well, now you have two women to contend with, one inside your home and one outside of it, one in the business world. That's no different than how y'all -d place doff to toft all over the place so that he can jack doff on any woman, WOMEND, so she can be sandwiched in between doft, that thinks he has the right to speak because he got his ID by dowing with war, and he can always back it up in black to cast it for war -d. So me being the ag, that's not going away, but I am signaling here I am looking forward to presenting a je t'aime, a different face. And I'm looking forward to product thoughtfully made and rendered for the marketplace, for completion even. And I'm looking forward to a dialogue of exchange, a platform, an umbrella for artists, business people to hang their shingle and sell their ware. Be it here or there, WAREAD. So providing that that meaningful gesture as the guest you are. In the belly, you know, able, BLEAD. Sustain, sustain. So let me explain that to you according to Even's anatomy of alphabet. TC, that is art. And you can back that up with rheology and the Deborah number. Ironically, I determined what TC was before I knew about the Deborah number. So check that out. It's rheology, RHEOLOGY, pretty sure. It's kind of interesting. This has been based on fideism. FI is my shorthand. A belief in self, a belief in a faith in revelation. You know, what to do next. Sustain Cain. Cain is the mark. So suss, suss things out. Look, investigate. ST parentheses C. So you got your sustain with your suscain. It's in the same container. Doff, D-O-F-F, which is take an article of clothing off, versus D-O-F, which is stupid. Stupid is not necessary on my frame end, AD. So we're going to keep it that way. As the ag, and all the charm intact that one could ever want from that hat. So let's see, what else? So it's about creating a different container. It's not competition for no reason, thief end. It's completion, even. Understanding that the competitive marketplace was never meant to be even. No matter what you say, you're complicit in dowing with war. And while, W-I-L-E, and W / with hyphen I-L-L hyphen K hyphen T, with ill and ilk hyphen T. KT, that's the night. Put some hyphens in that. It's two dudes speaking to each other in behalf of dowing with war. So y'all women can PC punt and cunt with hyphens that you would have the savior without being it. So that's not applicable anymore. And any amor, love, it's not applicable. It's plainly not desirable. I don't care if you're married and you have children. You do not know one another. You know one another, and you're setting each other up to PC punt and cunt, hyphenated, to dow with war, to make dow with war, to two-topped, to dock to two-topped, make those ends meet. So that's who you're making meeting. You're not making your savior meet someone or some S-O-M-E parentheses A-T-O-N-E. Atone, eat at atone, meet at atone, meta, a 0 on 1, innocence in reflection. So you're abusing eyeballs. You're abusing neural pathways from your eyeball to your forebrain, because you're presenting the illusion of value without knowing or intending it for it to be of value. And that's bullshit. That, very obviously, that bullshit, that's not my intention. That's very obvious. So, let's see. I'm looking forward to working on some visual and some product. It's been a long time. And pulling up the rear as much as it's needed. In the sense, doff, D-O-F, his head is for reward as reward. R-E-W-A-R-E-A-D. Doff, stupid, his head is for reward, A-D, on my frame. So if Doff wants to willingly be doffed, I will put a mark in Doff's name and we'll turret. Evane. Just because Jesus approved this message. G apostrophe S-U-S. where G in the anatomy of even language is grace and gravity. What else? Yes, women don't need your protection for no reason, thief end. You thief end need it so you can get laid for no reason. Thief end and maintain your income and your calm, your noise for no reason. Thief end. Okay? That's what it comes down to. You're not protecting anyone one on one by being one, and you can't get to two that way with he eats time for competition. Only. To the assay, to the astay, hyphenated. So November 2nd, I have my bunion surgery. I'm supposed to stay off my feet for 8 weeks and not take a shower. I can't get the surgery site wet. I understand that's very bad. I could do spit bath. Gotta have spit bath components over yonder. But I was really thinking it would be ideal to maybe prepare a Kickstarter, or at the very least, I could be sewing my hexagons for my honeycomb hanging behind the backboard. The headboard off the canopy. So I will have some projects to work on. How it's looking right now is I'm kind of excited to have different ideas and the spirit of optimism to explore them, because I've not felt that was potential capital for me. That I have to work so hard for Doft not to proclaim his mighty myth on me, okay? So I've engineered that. That's great. I think I could start forging awareness in other mediums, quite deservedly. And in that I'm doing it for presentation and endow with witness, would hope that it would provide the way for someone else or anyone else to do that too. I'm looking at mugs because I chipped 2 of them and I broke the handle on one. Kind of ready to get a couple more mugs. I'm very taken. I looked at Denby, veranda and terrace, which I liked, a 60s pattern, like that a lot. But I'm really liking these porcelain ones because you don't see porcelain mugs so much. This is where is he from? Norway? Norway designer Iittala, Iittala, but I don't know how to say it. Taika. That means magic, and then Tanssi. That's dance. I like this lineup right here, but I'm really taken into the whole mythology. Really, really loving the draw of just like the mythology of those. I really like. They've got the tansy, the dance with, but it's too small, 6.75 ounces. Really like the artwork on that. The coffee or teacup, it's too small for me ordinarily, but it has a rooster and a red fox, and it looks like it's I don't know, birch, birch trees or something. I really like that one a lot too. Anyway, that's what I'm captivated by right now. These mythical mugs, teacups. I October 19th, this morning, Christine asked me to work in New Hampshire. So I had an appointment here and I drove to New Hampshire. I work for Christine and I work with Maeve and Chris. Her name's Christine also, but she goes by just Chris, not to be confused with Christine, our employer.